Good morning, students. You say your prayer. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்த முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்த முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்த முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book and come to page number 195. So we are discussing about hydrosphere. So the water body of earth. Yeah. In our previous class we discussed about ocean, so the relief features. Yeah. In today's class we will discuss about the various movement of ocean water. Yeah. So ocean, so it occupies 2/3 area of our earth. Yeah. So we know earth is called as blue planet because earth is filled with water. Yeah. So no other planet have water as like that of earth. Yeah. So ocean, mass amount of water we can see in ocean. Okay, so you know the what was seen on the top of the ocean, and also you may notice in TV channels, so like Discovery, National Geographic. So what was seen inside the ocean. So in today's class we will discuss about the movement of ocean. So oceans, so because earth is constantly rotating, so earth rotate on its own axis. So because of earth's rotation and various other factors, so ocean water also was in motion. So ocean water also moves. So the types of movement we will discuss in today's class. So recall what we discussed in our last class. We discussed about hydrosphere. So hydrosphere means, so the water surface of the earth, so the watery part of the earth is called as hydrosphere. Then hydrological cycle, so we discussed about hydrological cycle. So that is water is not static, so water is not in a stable position. So it changes its form. So due to condensation, precipitation and evaporation process is going on. So the level of water, the amount of water in earth is almost the same, so throughout the year. Okay, so hydrological cycle means, so the movement of water, so on, above and below the surface is called as hydrological cycle. Then we discussed about the types of water. So commonly fresh water, then salt water. So fresh water, so which one is the purest form of fresh water? Rainwater. Then we discussed about ocean. So ocean, so why it is salty? So I have told you why the ocean is salty. Then we discussed about the relief features of the ocean floor. So the relief of the ocean floor. So first, what are the regions of the ocean floor? Continental shelf, continental slope, then continental rise, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, oceanic deep, then oceanic ridge. So we have discussed each one separately. So continental shelf, so the major fishing ground. So because here the sunlight penetrates into it, so it allows the growth of planktons and other small animals. So it helps in fish growth, so it is called as fish growing region. Then continental slope, so it is slightly gentling part. Then continental rise, so here the deposits and sediments are seen. So shelf, it is not that much deep, but continental slope, it is slowly jumps down. So slowly slopes down. Continental rise, so the lower part of the ocean floor. The deep sea plain, so as like that of the plain region in earth, so oceans also have plain area. So it is the very depth part. So sunlight almost won't reach at the depth of this region. In this region you can find a very deep region, so like trenches, and also oceanic ridge, that is mountain ridges. So the mountain ridges are formed when two oceanic plates move apart, so move away. So the volcanic, so the volcanoes, so that erupt magma, so this process takes billions of years, so which forms like a mountain range. So oceanic ridge, so mid Atlantic ridge, so one of the famous ridge. So the length of this ridge is very lengthy. So it is more than the mountain ridges like Himalayas, Alps, etc. So these things only we have discussed in our previous class. So the movement of ocean water. So the ocean water is dynamic, it is energetic. So temperature, salinity, density, external forces of sun, moon and the wind keep the ocean water in movement. So temperature, then salinity, then density. So salinity means Yeah, the salt nature. So the amount of salt present in the ocean water. Yeah, so it varies from place to place. Yeah, then density. Yeah, then external forces from sun, moon, and the wind. So keep the ocean water in movement both horizontally and vertically. So ocean water is always in motion. Yeah, so because of the rotation of earth. Yeah, and also factors like temperature, salinity, density, external forces like of the sun, moon, and wind. So keep the ocean water moving. Yeah, so in movement both horizontally and vertically. Okay. So this horizontal motion. So horizontal motion, that is how it moves. So horizontal motion means, yeah, so moving from here to there, that is from north to south or east to west direction. Yeah, and vertical motion. So vertical motion means, so moving up and down. Yeah, so there are three types of movement. Yeah, so ocean. So there are three types of movement. So waves and ocean current. Yeah, so they are horizontal motion. Yeah, while tide, so they are vertical motion. Yeah, so waves and currents are horizontal motion. Then tides have vertical motion. Yeah, so ocean water so moves here and there. Yeah, so both horizontally and vertically. Yeah, so waves and current are in horizontal motion while tides have vertical motion. Waves. Of all the movement of the oceans, sea waves are considered to be strongest. Yes, of all the movement of the oceans, sea waves are considered to be the strongest. Yeah. So sea waves are ripples. So ripple means a small wave or series of waves caused on the surface of water. Yeah. So sea waves are ripples, small waves on water caused when wind blow over the sea. Yeah. So when wind blow over the sea means, so the water in the region so move slowly, so the to form a wave. So the height of these waves depends on the speed of the wind, its duration, and the direction from which they blow. So the height of these waves depends on the speed of wind, its duration, and the direction from which they blow. Sometimes waves are also caused by tremors. So tremors means so sudden shake, so like earthquake. So felt on the ocean floor. Such waves are quite destructive and called as tsunami. Sometimes waves are also caused by tremors felt on the ocean floor. So shaking felt on the ocean floor. Such waves are quite destructive. So and they are called as tsunami. So of all the movement of the oceans, sea waves are considered to be the strongest one. So sea waves are ripples on water caused when wind blow over the sea. So the height of these waves depend on the speed of the wind, its duration, and the direction from which they blow. Sometimes they are also caused by tremors, that is shaking, sudden shaking like earthquake, so felt on the ocean floor. So such waves are quite destructive. So they are very destructive, and they are called as, such waves are called as tsunami. So do you know the energy of the falling wave water? So the energy of the falling wave water is used to turn hydro turbines to generate power. So the energy of the falling wave water is used to turn hydro turbines to generate water. So wave energy power plants have been installed at Vizhinjam in Kerala coast and Andaman Nicobar island of India. So the energy of falling wave water is used to turn hydro turbines to generate power, to generate electricity. So wave energy power plants have been installed at Vizhinjam in Kerala coast and also in Andaman Nicobar island of India. Then do you know about the land boundary? So the boundary between two countries. So you know the boundary line between India and Pakistan. But there is, apart from that, there is maritime borders. So maritime boundary. So how it was fixed? So maritime boundary of most of the countries is fixed to be 12 nautical miles from the baseline. So this was fixed by the UN Convention on the Law of Sea 2013, whereas Jordan and Palau have 3 nautical miles as their maritime boundary, and Benin, Republic of Congo, El Salvador, Peru, and Somalia have 200 nautical miles. So nautical miles. In ocean, we can measure the length. We can measure the distance in nautical miles. So in land we measure it as kilometers and miles. So like that in ocean we measure the distance as nautical miles. Okay. Then tide. So the periodic rise and fall of sea water due to the gravitational pull of the sun and moon. on earth are called tides. So the periodic rise and fall of, so tide, so the vertical motion, so the vertical movement of ocean water. If you take waves and current, they are horizontal movement, horizontal motion, but the tide, they are vertical motion. So the periodic rise and fall of sea water due to the gravitational pull of sun, moon on earth. So both sun and moon, they also have their own gravitational force. Earth also have gravitational force. So the sea water, the ocean water, so rise and fall. So because of the gravitational pull of sun and moon on earth. So such periodic rise and fall of sea water is called as tides. So tides are classified into two types. So tides are broadly classified into two types: spring tide and neap tide. So spring tide, it is also called as high tide. So spring tide also called as high tide. Then neap tide, it is also called as low tide. So spring tide also called as high tide, neap tide also called as low tide. So these occur so because of the combined gravitational pull of sun and moon on the earth. So this tide occur because of the combined gravitational force of sun and moon on earth. First, spring tide, when the sun, moon and earth are aligned in same line. So when the sun, moon and earth are aligned in same line, the collective gravitational pull of sun and moon on earth water strengthen to form a high tide. It is known as spring tide. So when the sun, moon and earth are aligned, so are in same line, means then the collective gravitational pull of sun and moon on earth water strengthens to form the spring tide. So when we can see the sun, moon, earth are on the same line, in which day? In full moon day and new moon day. So in full moon day, then in new moon day. So full moon day means, the new moon day means, so in Tamil, so full moon day means Amavasai or Paurnami. Check it and tell. So what is the meaning, Tamil meaning for new moon day and full moon day? So on this day only, so the sea water, so the ocean water rises up. So the tide, so the rise of sea water is more during the full moon day and new moon day. So if you see, the sea water is in its height position. So the periodic rise of sea water. So the sun, moon and earth are in the same line. So the gravitational pull of sun and moon on earth strengthens to form a high tide. So such a tide are always occur on full moon day and new moon day. When the sun and the moon are at right angles, so when the sun and the moon are right angles, their gravitational forces work against each other, causing a low tide called neap tide. So when the sun and the moon are at right angle, so when they are in same line, means so the collective gravitational pull strengthens the earth water to form a high tide. And at the same time, when the sun and the moon are at a right angle, so at their right angle, their gravitational forces work against each other and cause a low tide. So that is called as neap tide. A neap tide occurs between the two spring tide, that is twice a month. A neap tide occurs between the two spring tide, two high tide, that is between the first and last quarter moon appears. So that is between the new moon day and full moon day. So it appears when the first and last quarter of the moon appears. So shown in the picture. So when the sun and the moon are at right angles, their gravitational forces work against each other, causing a low tide called neap tide. A neap tide occurs between the two spring tide, so two high tide. That is twice a month when the first and the last quarter moon appears. Then NIO, National Institute of Oceanography. It was established in 1st January 1966. The headquarters of NIO is located at Dona Paula at Goa. So it conducts research and observation to understand oceanic features, ocean engineering, marine archaeology, etc. So the National Institute of Oceanography was established in 1st January 1966. The headquarters of NIO is located at Dona Paula, which is in Goa. It conducts research and observations to understand the oceanic features, ocean engineering, marine archaeology, etc. Then oceanic current. So it is also the horizontal movement of water, ocean water. So the movement of oceanic water on the surface under the depth in a definite direction is called ocean current. So the movement of ocean water on the surface under the depth in a definite direction is called ocean current. So waves, so that is movement of water on surface, but it is caused due to the blowing of air. So because it is caused due to the blow of air on the surface of the sea. The waves direction depends upon the speed of the wind, its duration and its direction. But ocean current means the movement of the oceanic water on the surface and also at the depth in a definite direction. So in a definite direction. So ocean currents are clockwise in the northern hemisphere and in anti-clockwise in the southern hemisphere. So ocean currents are clockwise in the northern hemisphere and anti-clockwise motion in the southern hemisphere. So ocean current, the movement of oceanic water on the surface under the depth in a definite direction is called as ocean current. So ocean currents are in clockwise motion in northern hemisphere and in anti-clockwise motion in the southern hemisphere. So the factors that generate ocean currents are earth rotation, prevailing wind and difference in temperature and salinity of the ocean water. So the factors that generate ocean current. So ocean current means so the movement of oceanic water on the surface under the depth in a definite direction. Okay, so the factors so that generate ocean current are earth rotation, prevailing wind and difference in temperature and salinity. So salinity means so the presence of the amount of salt present. So on the basis of temperature, ocean current are classified into two types. So on the basis of temperature, ocean current are classified as two types. So one is called as warm current and another one is called as cold current. So warm current, so the ocean current moves from higher latitude towards lower latitude means then it is called as cold current. So warm current, if the ocean current move from lower latitude to higher latitude, so that means simply we can say, so warm current means so the ocean current move from equatorial region to polar region, so towards the direction of polar region. So cold current, so the cold current means the ocean current moves from polar region to equatorial region, so that is tropical region, so that is called as cold current. So cold current, warm current. So there are two types of ocean current, namely warm current and cold current. So warm current, so the movement of ocean current from low latitude, that is tropical zone, to temperate and polar region is called as warm current. So cold current, the movement of ocean current from higher latitude, that is temperate and polar zones, towards low latitude, that is towards tropical or equatorial zone, then it is called as cold current. Okay. So this map shows the distribution of major ocean current. So shows the major ocean current. So in South Atlantic Ocean, we can see the Benguela current. So that is the cold current. So the effect of this current was it leads to foggy condition along the coast of Namibia. So it is in Africa continent. And also help in the development of Namibian and Kalahari Desert. Then if you come to North Atlantic Ocean, so there are four current. So two cold current and another two warm current. So the cold current, it includes Canaries and also Labrador. So the effect of Canaries was it influences the extension of Sahara Desert. So Canaries, it influences the extension of Sahara Desert. Then Labrador, it is also a cold oceanic current. It confluences with the Gulf Stream, creates fog and hinders navigation. So navigation means traveling in sea. So traveling by sea is called as navigation. So it hinders navigation. And warm current where Gulf Stream and North Atlantic drift. So Gulf Stream, so it confluences with Labrador current, produces heavy fog along the coast of Newfoundland. So it is in Canada. So which obstacles the navigation. It also obstacles the navigation. So Gulf Stream along with Labrador obstacles the navigation in the coast of Newfoundland. So Newfoundland is one of the major fishing ground of the world. So Newfoundland, one of the major fishing ground of the world. Then North Atlantic drift warm current, which is also in North Atlantic Ocean. It keeps the port at higher latitude ice free throughout the year. So it keeps the port at higher latitude ice free throughout the year. For example, port of Rorvik, which is in Norway. Then Murmansk, so and Severodonetsk, it is in Russia. So these ports were kept active because they are ice free. Because this North Atlantic drift, so keep away the ice there. Then in South Pacific Ocean, we can see cold current. that was called as Peruvian or Humboldt current. Yeah, it is one of the cause for the formation of Atacama Desert. Yeah, so South Pacific Ocean, we can see the Peruvian or Humboldt current, so which helps in the formation of Atacama Desert. Yeah. So change in the nature of Peruvian current is also associated to the formation of El Nino. So El Nino, a weather phenomenon which took place in Pacific Ocean. So which took place in the Pacific Ocean. So because of El Nino, so our climate also affect. So Indian monsoon also get affected by this El Nino. So South Pacific Ocean, we have Peruvian or Humboldt current. It is one of the major cause for the formation of Atacama Desert. So change in the nature of Peruvian current. So if there is any change in the Peruvian current means that it is associated with the formation of El Nino. Then North Pacific Ocean. So we can experience two cold current, then two warm current. So two cold current, Oyashio or Kurile current. Another one is California current. So warm current, it includes Kuroshio current, then Alaska current. So the effect of Oyashio or Kurile current. It confluences the Kuroshio, that is warm current, produces heavy fog around Hokkaido, which become potential hazard for navigation. So it confluences. So Oyashio, so confluences with Kuroshio warm current, produces heavy fog around Hokkaido in Japan, which becomes potential hazard for navigation. Hence Hokkaido acts as the major fishing ground of the world. So it acts as a major fishing ground of the world. Then California current, cold current, leads to foggy condition along the coast of California, so United States. It is one of the reasons for the formation of Arizona and Sonata Desert. So both are in North America continent. So already we discussed about Atacama. It is in South America continent. Then warm current, Kuroshio current. It plays a vital role, important role in carrying large number of heat to the adjacent land areas and forms cloud cover that cause rainfall. So Kuroshio current, it is warm current. It plays a vital role in carrying large amount of heat to the adjacent land areas and forms cloud cover that cause rainfall. Then California current. Alaska current. So keeps the seaport of Alaska open throughout the year. So Alaska current, so it is a warm current, keeps the seaport of Alaska open throughout the year. Then Indian Ocean, in Indian Ocean we can experience West Australian current, that is the cold current. So leads to the foggy condition along the western coast of Australia. It helped in the genesis of West Australian desert. So it helps in the development of so the area increase of West Australian desert. So in oceans we have seen the ocean current. South Atlantic Ocean we experience Benguela current, that is cold current. In North Atlantic Ocean, Canaries and Labrador were cold current, then Gulf Stream and North Atlantic Drift were warm current. Then South Pacific Ocean we experience Peruvian or Humboldt current, so that is cold current. Then in North Pacific Ocean we experience Kuroshio current, then Alaska current, they are warm current, then Oyashio or Kurile current, then California current, so they are cold current. Then Indian Ocean we experience West Australian current, which is a cold one. Then the marine resources, the biotic and abiotic resources, that is the living and non-living resources found in the oceanic water under the bottom of ocean are called the marine resources. So the biotic and abiotic resources found in the oceanic water and at the bottom are called marine resources. The ocean's resources play an important role in sustaining the need of society. So the ocean resources play an important role, so play a vital role in sustaining the needs of society. A diverse array of marine organisms is used for food, medicine, cosmetic and a wealth of industrial application. Range of a multiple variety of marine organisms, so they were used as food, medicines, cosmetics and a wealth of industrial application. The world's demand for energy, minerals and water have become increasingly dependent on non-living marine resources. So the world demand for energy, minerals and water have become increasingly dependent on non-living marine resources. So conservation of marine resources. So oceans are the lifeblood of planet Earth and mankind. Oceans are the lifeblood of planet Earth and mankind. The humankind depends on the marine resources for its survival. So the human beings, so we depend on the marine resources for our survival. They are also essential for the economic prosperity, social well-being and quality of life. So they are also very important for economic growth. So social well-being and quality of life. Oceans have extensively deposits of oil resource. So oceans have extensive deposits of oil resource. You can get a large amount of oil from the ocean floor. So besides a major fishing ground, it helps in generating non-conventional energy and also development of many port and harbors for trade activities. So besides major fishing ground, so from ocean mainly we get fish. So apart from that, it helps in generating non-conventional energy. And also development of many port and harbors, so which help to increase our trade activities. Coastal tourism also attract people around the world, so thereby contributing to the economy of many countries. So coastal tourism also attract people around the world, so thereby contributing to the economy. So first they are considered as the lifeblood of our planet Earth. So they have extensive deposits of oil resource. So apart from major fishing ground, it helps in generating non-conventional energy sources, development of many port and harbors, and also coastal tourism, so which attract people around the world. So they contribute to the economy of many countries. Okay students, today's class we have discussed about hydrosphere. So first we understand what is meant by hydrosphere, then hydrological cycle. So hydrosphere means so earth composed of water, see in various forms. So that is the hydrosphere. Then hydrological cycle, so the movement of water on, above and below the surface is called as hydrological cycle. Then we discussed the water resources can be broadly classified into fresh water, then salt water. Then we discussed about ocean. So the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere. So the relief of ocean floor. So major relief features of the ocean floor were continental shelf, continental slope, continental rise, deep sea plain, abyssal plain, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, oceanic deep, then oceanic ridge. Then we discussed about movement of ocean water. In that we discussed about the horizontal movement, which includes waves and current. Then vertical motion, that is tide. Then we discussed about the distribution of major ocean current and its effect. And also finally we discussed about the marine resources. So the biotic and abiotic resources found in the oceanic water under the bottom are called marine resources. Then we discussed about the conservation of marine resources, and then finally about the Great Barrier Reef. So if you have any doubt in this lesson, so please contact me. So take your book. So textbook reading. Come to page number 197. For textbook reading. So the distribution of major ocean current and effect. So that box, so the table column. So page number 197, then 198. So read it as your textbook reading. So read it loudly. So read it clearly. So if you have any doubt in pronunciation, just listen the class once again. Okay, ma? Then homework. So take page number 200. Fourth question, fifth question. Fourth question. Fourth Roman letter, fourth question. What are the factors that generate the ocean current? Page number 196. See the heading, ocean current. See ocean current. In that second paragraph, the factors that generate ocean currents are earth rotation, prevailing wind, and a difference in temperature and salinity of the ocean water. Then write a brief note on sea waves. Fifth question. Page number 195, 196. 195. The last heading, sea waves. A waves. Second line, sea waves are ripples on water caused when winds blow over the sea. The height of these waves depends on the speed of wind, its duration, and the direction from which they blow. That is the answer for fifth question. So write it and read it well. Okay students, thank you. So have a nice day. The Great Barrier Reef. So the Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system composed of 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching for about 2,000 kilometers. So the Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest coral reef system composed of 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands stretching for about 2,000 kilometers. It covers an area of about 350,000 kilometers. So it covers an area of about 350,000 kilometer. So the reef is located in the Coral Sea, that is off the coast of Queensland, Australia. So the coral reef is located in the Coral Sea off the coast of Queensland, Australia. The Great Barrier Reef can be seen from the outer space. So the Great Barrier Reef can be seen from the outer space. This sprawling coral reef system is one of the most biologically diverse places on the planet. So this sprawling coral reef system is one of the most biologically diverse places on the planet. So coral reefs. So what is a coral reef? So they are built by billions of tiny organisms known as coral polyps. So coral reefs are built by the billions of tiny organisms known as coral polyps. So they grow on a rock surface, died, and on the same place another coral polyps grow. Yes, it grows, die, then again grow and die. Okay, so then it forms a reef-like structure. So a thick surface. So that is the coral reef. So CNN labeled it as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. So CNN labeled it as so praised it as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. So this is the Great Barrier.